is that people have got jobs and got the opportunity to work. That's, you know, the most important for every family, for every individual, that they can get that all-important work opportunity, and they can look over time to getting a better work opportunity, to creating their own business if that's what they want to do. So the way in which they are experiencing the real economy matters to them. And when we look there, we've got, you know, by the standards of the world, low unemployment rates. We've got economic growth. We've got this conundrum that matters for the federal government's budget between real GDP and nominal GDP. But we've got economic growth, and so much of the rest of the world is not seeing economic growth. So this is an economy still with plenty of opportunities for people to share. It's an economy that's feeling differential pressures. It's much harder if you're in a trade-exposed sector and the strong dollar is costing you a lot than in some other parts of the economy. So we've lived with those pressures for a while, and our responses have included the Plan for Australian Jobs that we put out, which is a direct response to these patchwork pressures arising from the high Australian dollar. People then look to government to make the right decisions so that they can continue to see jobs and growth. And as we put this budget together, that will be uppermost in our mind, jobs and economic growth. People look to government to make sure that the things they want for their families will be there for the long term. No important desire for parents than making sure their children get to go to a great school and consequently have the foundation stone of a life full of opportunity. And for so many, nothing more important than making sure that a family member with a disability is cared for properly, or if the next family member, you know, the next child born into your family is born with a profound disability, that they'll get supports for a decent life. We will deliberately make the space for those things in this budget because of how highly prized they are by the community, and rightly so. And in terms of education, that's not just about making sure that children can reach their full potential and the sense of, you know, emotional connection we feel with that. It's beyond that sense of emotional connection. It's also a sense of economic connection, because if we aren't educating our children well today, then we cannot be that strong economy tomorrow, which is why that is so precious to us as well. So my sense would be people should absorb the news about where the forecasts for tax money coming into the government take us. They should absorb that news, but they should also absorb the full suite of economic data available to people. Jobs continuing to be created, economic growth continuing to be there, us making the wise investments to set us up for a stronger and a smarter and a fairer future, us making responsible savings and asking people to share in the task of putting those savings together.
Prime Minister, you've outlined a situation of strength for Australia, some short-term and challenging issues on revenue, and a longer-term vision for how we can continue to grow and prosper despite those challenges. On behalf of the audience here today, and certainly on behalf of Per Capita, warm thanks, and I'd like to present you with a book of the best Australian essays of 2012.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.